Okay, let's do some mathematics today in Python. Alright, do not be scared. It's basic mathematics. I'm not some expert mathematician or something like that. So we'll be working with this basic math operators and performing some basic mathematical operations in Python. Alright, so we'll be working with 1 plus 1, something like that. It's the basic. Undoubtedly, all of us have worked with these in the past, so we've already know about the addition operator, subtraction, division, all of those. The basic ones, we've already known about them and how they work. The only thing is that there are some nuances and, differences that you may not have seen when it comes to using them in Python, which you're gonna need to know before performing any mathematical operation with them. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Okay, we're not going to be doing 1 plus 1. That's insulting. Okay, all right, but we'll do some examples to kind of show how you can program with them. But actually, we're not going to do something like 2 plus 2. We won't be doing that. So to perform mathematical operations in Python, obviously we're going to need the to know about the operators, because there are some differences between the operators in actual mathematics and the math in Python. Let's just do a quick recap. They're going to be like all of the things but with some differences. Okay. Well, the first one we have is addition, obviously. This one, it is the regular one. There's no any change. And then there's also subtraction, which is also the one we know in math, which is this. And then I think there's a difference here, which we have multiplication. Multiplication is just an asterisk, okay? You just remember that it's not this guy right here. No, in Python you have to use an asterisk, right? Okay, and then we're gonna have division, which is like this. It's just a forward slash. This is how to divide stuff. Okay, the next one we have is floor divisions. Floor division. Floor division. This one is a double front slashes. This one is also division, but it divides without any decimal points. So if you have, let's say, the answer of your division will be 2.5, this will make it 2. Okay, it will round it down. Even if it's 2.9, it will round it down to 2, because it doesn't allow any decimal points, and it won't wrap it up. Okay, it will wrap it down. That's why it's called floor division. Next, we have the modulus, which you might not have heard of, but it's just a percent sign. And what it does is that when you divide something by 2, it will return the remainder of the division. For example, if you do 3 by 2, it will return 1, because obviously that's the remainder, right? So that's modulus. And then lastly, we have exponent or exponentiation. All right, we have that, which is let me write it. Exponentiation, which is double asterisks. This is just like the power, in math. So for example, something like 2 to the power of 2 is equivalent to this 2 asterisks 2. All right, these are all the same things. So it's the same thing in math, but with just different symbol. So that's it. All right, so I say we will run through some examples of how we can use these operators in programming examples. Okay, so imagine, let's do an example. All right, let's say you buy a pen, and that pen costs 75 naira, and you have 100 naira. and you want to calculate the remainder or the change that you will have after you buy the pen. Okay, so let's say cost, we store this in a variable. We say cost of the pen is 75, right? And then total money you have, it will be with, you have 100 naira, right? So just come down and say remainder or change. Let me use change, it's more appropriate. Okay, change equals total, okay, minus cost. All right, and then we can come down and then print this change, right? Let's print, let's do some a formatted string, and we say change, and here we close our thing and then close the bracket. So if we print this, we're gonna see the remainder that we have. Okay, so we have 25 naira change after purchasing a pen or anything that costs 75 naira. Alright, so this is an example of how you can use the minus operator. And there's another example. We can keep doing examples like this, but I think if you do one or two, it will cover for the rest of them. Okay, since there's an unusual operator here, which is the modulus operator, I think it's a good idea to actually kind of work with it. All you have to do is just type the number you are trying to get the remainder of. So let's say 3 modulus 2. It will return 1 because 1 is the remainder if you divide 3 by 2. Okay, and then we can say 11 also by 2. Remainder is 1. We can also use this modulus operator to check if a number is even or odd using Python's if statements. But we're not going to do that. I don't want the video to get too long, alright? Okay, so next we're going to talk about operator precedence. Okay, the hierarchy, the order of which, how Python prioritizes these operators one over the other. Okay, because if you type something like, I'm going to give you an example. Let's say we have a set of numbers to be calculated. Okay, these numbers are, so these are the numbers. I will just copy them. Okay, paste this here again, and then we do enter. We're gonna see we have 19.5. But how does this work actually? That's what we're gonna talk about in this operator precedence section. Okay, so let's clear this place one more time and come down a little bit. Okay, when you give Python some mathematical operation with a lot of operators to work with, Python follows some hierarchy in order to execute or calculate what you're trying to calculate. So you should be aware of those hierarchical orders in order to be able to efficiently calculate stuff with Python. So first of all, there are a set of things that gets executed first. So whatever you put inside a parenthesis is the one that will first be executed. Okay, so I'm gonna give you an example. So let's say we have 2. Okay, let's use the parenthesis. Say 2 plus 3, and then times 3. So if we do this, we see 15. But if we didn't put them in parenthesis, we just do 2 plus 3 times 3. It's gonna be 11. Why? Well, because Python follows the operator precedence. After these parentheses, it prioritizes exponential over anything, exponent. Okay, so if you have a set of values like 2 plus 3, and then you do exponent 2 or to the power of 2, Python will take 3 and then do it to the power of 2 and then add it to 2 instead of starting from here, from the left. That is what's going to happen because this has the higher priority. This is what Python will execute first. So if there is no parenthesis in the statement or in the calculation, Python will look for exponential. If there's no exponential, we'll look for multiplication, which is the next thing to be executed. So if there is no this and there's no this, Python will look for multiplication. All right, and if Python does not have multiplication, it will look for division. And then after division comes, floor division. After floor division comes modulus. This is the order in which Python will look for them. It doesn't matter which one comes first. If it's there, it's going to be executed according to its hierarchy, according to its rank. Okay, so that's how it works. So if you have modulus, the priority of it comes after floor division. And then lastly, we have minus, which is the least of all. Yeah, it's going to be executed last. An exercise for you. I want you to calculate the following and comment your answer and explain how you got the answer in the comment. Do this exercise just to confirm to yourself that yes, I understand this. Alright, so thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.